And we are back at the couches. I know that we had not been around in this studio setup or however you want to call it for a while, but I'm super happy to tell you that today I managed to, after chasing her for you for a long time during the conference, we were chasing each other and we agreed. It's a long story, but the keynote speaker for today, the second day of Star East 2023, Shivani Gaba. Shivani, how are you?
Thank you, first of all. I think it's great that we chased each other, that we are here finally.
We were walking into each other constantly, and it was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so I'm doing great actually. I had my keynote in the morning, so I had a very good morning. And now I'm after the lunch. I'm feeling very relaxed. So it's very nice actually.
We're about to enter into the chill moment. Everything has, it's all behind and happy to. I mean, I was asked earlier, are you happy that you're about to be done after everything that you're doing, that you're going to be able to rest? Like, yes, but as well as like, oh, it's done. And like, I was having fun. It's tiring. How do you feel about?
So I think I'm just trying to enjoy afterwards. Now it's my time. So I was preparing a lot also yesterday so that my keynote goes well and stuff like that. And now it's my time to relax and to attend other things from which I could learn. So yes, it's a short time now. The
No,
conference
and
would be over today. So I have to attend some sessions, and that's what I look forward to. So now I'm in the mode of going to the sessions.
yeah, and then the crazy mustache guy pulls you into from the sessions, and can you come
And
and
this
tell
was on my agenda
tell a
already,
story?
so it's a good thing to do, no?
No, I really appreciate that you agreed to come. But first of all, I would like to learn a little bit more about you to the audience, to the ones that do not know what's the deal with you, what has been a quick version or resumed version of what has been your path to what have you been doing, and before you got to that keynote, like I started my career and that got me into AI. How all that happened? Tell us a little bit.
So basically, I have been a tester almost since 10 years. So
Cool.
I started, I think, in 2013 somewhere. And initially, I was involved majorly in testing web applications or mobile applications and backend systems. So I worked on almost all the domains like conventional systems. But what was new to me was machine learning testing. And that's what also I talked in keynote about.
We'll get
Um,
into that in a moment.
yes, surely. I can share some deep insights
Very
about that
interesting stuff coming.
without running the whole talk. Yeah, but so I have been doing, I was doing all the, yeah, all this stuff. But few years ago, I got a chance to be a part of the project where it was a big challenge of testing the machine learning applications, and that's what I've been doing since a while. And then I moved to the leadership role, so I'm an engineering team lead now in Sync.
Very interesting progression. Uh, you started about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When did AI showed up in the picture? How many years have, or from year one you were there straight into AI?
No, I mean AI. If you talk about how was AI around the world, I think it was ever there. But when I started getting hands-on with the machine learning testing, it was around 4 years ago
Oh wow.
that I got my first project where I could see this challenge that yes, there's something in recommendations system that we had, which was based on models and machine learning, and this was not tested. So around 4 years ago, I put in my hands dirty there.
That's very interesting challenge that I have to admit. I at times I think, how would I test AI? Because you never get the same response. It's not like a very easy assertion to make. Uh, how do you test it? Can you? I know it's a big process, but
Actually, that's the whole keynote, right? So,
okay. So, what is the
but
title of your keynote?
my keynote title is A Tester's Journey in the World of Machine Learning. So that's the title. And there I explain about what was my journey as a tester when I started learning how to test machine learning projects. And I talk exactly about the same things that we are just talking about. So I talk about my struggle of how I moved from being a tester who was used to the web applications and mobile applications and other conventional systems, and how I moved to the AI world, to the machine learning part, where I don't know how to test it, right? Like, it's as you said, you don't know what's the expected output. So in the talk also, I've shared some techniques of what I did. So I won't go in the deeper depths, but I can just say that my go-to strategy was to first understand the system. So it is also a block system, right? So they're parts of machine learning. So my strategy was to get to know each and every block, collaborating very strongly with my developers to see how the system works. Because even if we can't test what the output would be for individual users, if you shift left, you could see like how the systems are built, and if you understand how systems are built, then you can find exactly how to contribute in each stage as a tester. And I think we testers are having some very special skills. Like we ask very good questions. We are question
Mhm.
askers. We have the domain knowledge, right? We know the product so well. We know our customers, what do they want, and we challenge so well that why this, why not this. So all these kind of skills, if we apply it to all the stages, I would say, of how machine learns, then we can find huge amount of bugs. We can create so many testing techniques which would give us more confidence in these things. And
Um,
for the deeper details, I would leave up to the talk.
yeah, if anyone wants to check the talk, I think it's recorded and
Yes,
it
it's
will be on
recorded.
the TechWell platform. Register, the keynotes are included, gratis for free. You don't have to pay, just register, get into that platform, and you'll have access to the excellent talk that,
Thank you.
yeah. But I remember you mentioned that there was something special around your talk and that you came specially prepared, right?
Yes. And that's what I would like to also say about this conference, right? And not a lot of conferences, right? But I think Starist gave me that feeling of doing this. So what I did today is maybe I stand up and show.
Yeah, give us, because it's a very peculiar custom. Even the shoes, take a look at those awesome shoes. I mean, not mine, those are super pink shoes. It's incredible. And I'm curious, what's the relation?
Actually, I miss it now.
Oh,
So, oops.
no worries, no worries.
Yeah. So that's the outfit that I was wearing in my keynote talk today. And what's the relation? So I told the whole journey in a form of storytelling. So it's not like, oh, yes, it's a machine learning talk. So I need to put in jargons and I need to put in all the tech
Tensors and all
terms and
the.
this. So definitely there are some very deep concepts that I try to explain with easy things, but to go it flow. And also it's a, as we said, right, it's a very hard thing to get into these projects and to jump in and to test them. I was sharing my whole journey about it, and that journey I was sharing with an avatar which was exactly having this costume. So I
Ah.
thought, why not I look like exactly like that costume, and this is what I did. And I can say that, first of all, I got a very good feeling for doing this, and second of all, I thought that the people, they could relate more. So they were like, "Oh, she's not a alien person or someone from outside world who would just come and speak." So it gave a feeling of connection, and I had so many small talks after after my talk, with so many people coming over and saying, "Oh, they love my outfit, this, they loved my talk," and so I think people could relate more to you then. So that's the story behind the outfit.
I think that, not only that people can relate better, I mean, it imprints in the mind of, they will remember. That's a super important component. And as you very well said, you're not just standing up there like this is the AI thing, and
Mhm.
I can tell that there's passion, that you were thinking, how am I gonna make people understand? How can I relate with this story? And I got a question. Sadly, I had to be preparing all this streaming. I could not watch it, so that's why I'm full
Mm.
of questions
Yes,
and
yes, please do.
curiosity.
Please do.
Is this avatar? Also an AI thing,
No,
or
it's not an AI
oh,
thing. Actually, excuse me. Actually, the idea came in a bit late to me when I was almost done with my slides of changing the avatar. But I think the most of the work was
nah.
done. So I think I'm using like a lot of images for this avatar as it's a storytelling. So it's unfortunately it's not an AI generated one.
I think that you should keep using that avatar for all the rest of your storytellings, because it becomes a character. It becomes
Actually,
uh,
I'm giving it a thought, to be honest. Like the feedback and the love, I would say, that I've received from the audience because of this avatar. Also, it's overwhelming, I would say, and it's super nice to see that even if I'm going for lunch, people would recognize that. Oh, that's the machine learning girl, right?
yeah,
And I found it super helpful because when I talk about machine learning, it's a buzzword, right? People are scared of it. It's, oh, fearful. Oh, this would do this to the world, that. And explaining these kind of concepts are really hard sometimes.
yeah.
So I enjoyed doing that. And I think this outfit helped me to even do it better.
Especially, I think, as you very well said, to be outstanding, to be differentiated. We just went to the exhibition hall, and I think two out of every three booths were something something AI,
Exactly.
ML, and
Exactly. That's
GPT something, and that gives you a very good distinctive that, hey, I'm the AI mama here. I know this thing, and I can teach you and explain. I have this journey that I want to share, and something also that is really cool for to me is that you decided to make it like a story, not just a bullet point
mm,
presentation.
mm.
Um, what made you decide of doing it that way? Because I think that that's a very good vehicle to conveying a teaching.
Yeah, so first of all, I wanted to share two messages here, right? First is the tech part, like the knowledge of it, that what is the machine learning system? How does it work? At each step, how do we as testers contribute, right? So there's a tech part towards it. But secondly, it was also important for me to break these illusions that testers can't communicate, can't be part of this project. And I also wanted to say, okay, it's yes, there would be troubles, it's not easy, you would maybe find difficulties in the beginning, but it's like jumping in the cold water and learning to swim, right? So
Mhm.
that's where the second thing came in, that I don't want this talk to be purely tech talk. Of course there's a tech part to it, which I've explained in a very, like you see my avatar, in this way itself I've explained the tech part or I've tried that it's, yeah, it's basically no jargonish, everything super simply explained. um, but then if I don't share my story behind it, like why I did this or how I did this, how would I inspire the people to do what I'm doing? And that's where I said no, I want to do the whole complete thing, because that's what I would like to listen when I sit in a talk, that why are you doing this, what would be impact, what problems did you face, don't tell me only the solutions, tell me also where you were stuck, tell me what helped you get out, what were the opportunities. So that's why I wanted it to be a complete story, a balance of both how, why, what, like everything.
I love that you also added like analogies, trying to not to make it complicated or any rocket science situation, because I have heard some AI, not talks nor presentations, but trying myself to get into it a little bit. And the information I started reading, I was like, what the wait, what? And there are so many terms that are particular to AI that I'm super happy that you managed to bring them down into a common understanding and that the people would be able to. And
Thank you.
just as a quick question, which concept you like the most that you explained in simple terms, or that gave you the most trouble to bring it into simple terms?
So as I said, I tried to be as far away as possible from jargons, like,
Mm.
um, and also to be honest, even though I've tested the machine learning systems, right, and I've been doing it for a very long time now, um, I wouldn't say I'm an expert in those systems. That's basically also, yeah, I would love to be knowing more and more, but that's not the best way, I would say, that we would contribute. I mean, we still, testers can contribute with other ways, right? With, as I said, we have some domain knowledge, some quality assurance knowledge, some end customer knowledge, so we can bring that in. So I tried to be away from all this, in the presentation at least. But some things that I couldn't avoid, or I really wanted to, make sure people know, is about how different kind of machine learning systems are. Like, there's supervised learning and unsupervised learning model, right? Very common term out there,
Hmm.
but it's hard to understand what they are. So I tried to show with my own avatar how does unsupervised model learn and how does supervised model learn. And then, because we were using supervised model, I went into the deep depth of each and every step of how supervised model would learn, and then how it's deployed. So I think it was challenging to find a way to, for me, to say what's a supervised and what's an unsupervised model, like how to explain it without getting any jargons to it. So I did the same. I used my avatar to explain how the avatar would know if it's Shivani or someone else in a supervised model and an unsupervised. So that's the complicated part, and I tried to, nail it down in a simpler way.
I think that those are really good analogies when you put your avatar and you involve yourself in the story. It's like I am guessing that you were helping your avatar to learn how to pick up on this thing. Guessing that's the supervised part. Um, Silly question from someone ignorant. The unsupervised is AI against AI training itself, right?
No, no. So what
Okay.
happens in supervised is,
Teaching time.
yes, let's do it. So I wish I had my slides on here. um,
Sadly, I cannot get those wrong. Sorry. Take a look at the keynote.
no, but I can explain with the help of Avatar, right? Um, what's a supervised model? When I give different snapshot, different avatars of, I don't know, image doing like this, confused image, right? These kind of images to the model, and I tell each of the images Shivani, right? Like with the label Shivani. Then I'm already putting in the labels, so it would know, my model would know that this is Shivani. So they can, next time they see a picture of my avatar, they would recognize, okay, this is Shivani. So when you give the labels to the model, it's supervised. And in unsupervised, let's say I have some pictures of my avatar and some of his avatar, and I just give those pictures to the model. And the model would then classify, okay, this is Shivani and this is him, without any labels that I provided to it. So the model would find the pattern on its own without the expected output, like without the label. That's unsupervised.
No, that's pretty clear now. You just unsupervised, like you very well said,
Labeled?
throw to the water, figure it out your way or yourself.
Yes. So
I'm
it's
out of
about,
here.
yeah, labels and not labels, right?
Hmm.
Um, okay, yeah. So for example, in
Yeah, yeah,
our
yeah.
systems, right? Like I have worked for article recommendations. we
Please,
use
please.
we use supervised, right? Where we tell, where we give the past data of how people were interacting with the articles, and we say, okay, did user click on these or they did not click on this, right? So that's the label, because that is what we would predict for, that if the user would click on the article or not click on the article. So if you give this to the model, it's supervised.
Uh-huh. Okay.
A
Did
real
you did you
real
get
life
it?
example now, not a
It's a no, and it's important to have both perspectives with
exactly.
example, with straight description, and because yeah, I have to say AI, it's this huge area that right now is exploding. I was looking for a word, but yeah, it's all over the place. I think was it this past November, the ChatGPT thing?
Yeah, almost
Just
almost around. Yeah.
November, December.
I also use ChatGPT in my talk.
Really? Live?
Yes, yes. I mean, but you had a question, right? So please go on with that.
No, no, no. I was just like wandering around some of these differences, right? I when I started to try to get into AI and
Mm,
understand it better, I remember you have these like a maze or a checkers board.
Hmm.
And if you move here, you move
Yeah.
here, and it
Yeah.
keeps
Yeah.
iterating and trying mixes. But that's not it. Machine learning, giving it good data. There are many principles and topics that you can dive into, and each one of them is a huge rabbit
Hmm.
hole. But and ChatGPT, the news just jumped on it, and everyone, myself included, we started saying like, "Can I ask it?" Like, "Ooh, okay," it says. But so did you have like a browser open with ChatGPT there answering, or how was the situation?
So I took snapshots. So I actually like when I shared my journey and everything, right? So I wanted to motivate people to find off. So they also do their journeys. Like, of course, their journeys would look different than mine. Some people might be, I don't know, developers who would help testers to get into these systems. Some people may test some other machine learning system. Some people may test systems which are pulling in data from machine learning, or using machine learning under the hood. So there could be different journeys, but my point here was that there is a dire need that we testers get involved in these systems.
Oh yeah.
And when I shared my journey and I said this out loud, that hey, this is my opinion, that we should do it, I was like, but this is only me saying, right? Let's have one more person, one more friend of mine share
Cool.
this opinion, share what they have to say. So I asked ChatGPT, like, what do you say, ChatGPT? Should testers be involved in testing such projects which are based on AI/ML? And I think,
Well, I'm
should I
curious.
spoil?
What's the answer?
Should
Yes,
I
please, please. What
spoil?
is the ChatGPT's opinion on the situation?
ChatGPT shares even stronger opinion than mine. It says that there's a critical need for testers to be involved. And then, of course, it also gives some of the ideas of how testers could be involved. And I think both ChatGPT and I agree that each and every, like, with growing with the time, there's much more need of testers to be getting involved
Oh
in
yeah.
these kind of projects.
It's I believe chat. Please, please check me, test me, make sure that I'm fine. Because
Actually, this was interesting because, and it also comes to the point that where we say we humans are needed to test these systems, like if the expected output is what we want or not, right? So yesterday, when a very funny thing happened when I was playing around, or chatting with Chat GPT, I asked Chat GPT exactly this question, like, were testers involved in testing you? And it said no, they were not. And then I was like, okay, that's
ooh,
kind of not
that's
fair, right? Like, you now give me this, that testers
the
should be involved.
opposite.
But then I tried a different question. I said, were quality assurance analysts involved in testing you? And then ChatGPT said, yes, most likely they were, and they were doing this and that and this and that. And I was like, oh my God, ChatGPT also differentiates between when I change testers and QAs. Like, and we as persons, now we need to see what is the output that we are receiving and if that makes sense and if we resonate to that or not. Yeah, which brings me also to the topic of how, how AI, how we humans are still smarter than AI, and how we need to check that they are working fine or not.
I think that you got me thinking with ChatGPT answering that. Please check me. Please make sure. Because yeah, if it starts failing with any tool, because AI is a tool, it's not here to take over the world, and I that may happen, but we are not anywhere near that. And it's like, yeah, if the tool doesn't work, we discard it, we throw it away. And of course, Chat GPT must not want to be discarded. That please
Definitely not.
test me, make sure that I am not misbehaving. Because what's
Yeah,
in the name of these things when they act weird?
testers and quality assurance,
No,
or
no, no, we always act
ah,
weird. The
uh,
AI. We all testers are
I thought
interesting.
that what ChatGPT. By
Yeah,
the way,
when AI
but
does weird things, there's a name. Hallucinations.
I don't know.
There's a word where sometimes you will ask. Earlier, there was a panel with Tariq.
Hmm.
You were
Hmm.
playing with them, and he
Hmm.
mentioned that suddenly he asked, "Give me 10 reasons," and it gave 11. and that was a little trip that
Yeah, 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 yeah.
AI had. But that's another topic. Sorry,
Okay, no, all
you
good.
were gonna
But by the way, I must mention this that I'm gonna start this thread on LinkedIn. I said I also told in the chat,
in
the
the
panel
panel.
discussion, that this was interesting to me. Like how, and I want to know opinions. Like, what do people think about what ChatGPT is thinking about testers being involved and QA analysts being involved when it comes to testing of the ChatGPT itself. So I'm gonna post those responses. Stay tuned and let's have a good discussion on LinkedIn.
Add her on LinkedIn. Enter those discussions. Um, well, I'm going to step ahead some of the questions because we are entering the ramp down period of this stream. But where can people look out to you? I know LinkedIn. Do you have any other? I kind of think you have a YouTube channel,
No, I don't.
a
I
blog.
don't. I blog on Medium sometimes. I'm not so active blogger. I'm on Twitter still.
Okay. What's your Twitter
Not so.
handle? You meant
Um, at the rate Shivani underscore Gaba underscore.
underscore at the end.
Yes, I know.
That's
I
cool.
know.
No, differentiating, distinctive. It's like your
My
dress code.
outfit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's important to have that differentiation from just another handle. Wait, underscore at the end? Cool. That's I like the attitude.
See, people should remember you,
Yeah, that's
no matter for
everyone.
what.
Make something to make you memorable or stand out because in these days of AI, things are about to get interesting, weird. Um,
Complicated.
uh-huh. I
You're looking for adjectives, or
no. Well, yeah, we can stay another 30 minutes shouting adjectives for what is going to happen with AI. But speaking of that, and having your perspective that you understand it better, that you know what may or may not happen, and seeing that Elon Musk is saying like, "Oh, stop it, 6 months." I don't know what difference would that make. But what do you see in AI's future? I know it's incremental or exponential AI, how it has been growing lately is impressing me. In the next 6 months, it will be like another version probably. But what do you see? Any? I know it's hard to do predictions, but
yeah, I mean, I can only share my opinion. I don't do predictions. I can share my opinion. And I would say I'm also asked a lot, like in the conference by some people, and people have concerns about even losing their jobs, or would my role be still there and stuff like that. So I think there would be a big impact of AI. And there still is, but this would go bigger and bigger. And I think the ways we work, the role that we are serving right now, this would change. Our jobs might not be, our jobs won't be gone, but they might have a different outlook, like what we would be doing in future. That's gonna change. And I think right now also it's happening, right? Like if there's a simple task that we want to do, if there's a thing that we want to do, everyone is thinking right now, can AI do this? Like can we, or can we take leverage of the AI to do the stuff? So I
is it
think,
going to replace me?
sorry.
Is it going to replace me?
No, I don't think so. As I said, it's my personal opinion, right? And I believe in it very firmly that AI would not replace humans. We still are smarter than them. They're machines, right? We have made them. But definitely the impact of AI is gonna come more and more. So we need to learn, we need to become more smart again, how to use this system and see how we can leverage AI in our daily lives, in our working ways, and yeah, so basically with the growing time, with the changing time, we also need to change how we think. So
You just mentioned something that made me think quickly. How we work nowadays, we get on our office, open a laptop, and start working. We are not out of a job. We still have a job. 10 years ago, we didn't do this to open the laptop. We had a
exactly.
desktop and we had to click it and plug. It was a big thing. If I ask my dad, there wasn't even a computer. He would
Yes.
bring a typewriter or a piece of paper or be working not in an office or some different things. And I have this feeling like we are still all going to be employed. We're going to be working and busy. Probably we'll just be asking questions, interesting questions to ChatGPT or any great grandson of ChatGPT version 90 something. Uh,
I
but
think the
yeah,
nature of the jobs would change. as you
They have
said,
been
right?
been
Yeah,
changing.
they're always changing, right? So few decades ago or something like that, right, there were not these kind of software jobs. Now they are, even in testing, right? Earlier there was no automation testing, and then once boom of automated testing came, people were getting more and more involved. So we need to learn new skills how to do this. We need to be adaptive to the market, right? So our nature of the jobs would change, but our jobs are gonna remain, I think. I don't believe that we are gonna lose jobs at all like this. No, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Um, with those closing words, Shivani, thank you very much for agreeing to come here, enjoy, and share your wisdom, knowledge, and perspectives on AI. I know everyone right now it's dying to figure out more and find out more. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much indeed. I really enjoyed my time here, and you were right. The time passed by quicker, and
Did you notice?
yes, I was thinking, oh, it's already 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So
we are way above
yeah.
that. Actually, we overdid it a little bit. So
Ah, okay. So see, that's the kind of enjoyment I had during the session. So
that's passion. She likes to talk about the thing. How can
I think
you?
your questions are also very nice, right? That made me talk so much about it again.
I'm just
After
curious.
giving a session in the morning about the same, two sessions about the same topic.
Two sessions
Keynote and then
and the panel.
the panel,
Okay,
and then
yeah,
now
yeah,
with
yeah.
you, third one. So no, I really thank you for such two great questions, and of course for inviting me here, having me here. Yeah, thank you so
It's
much.
an honor and a pleasure. And everyone, I hope that you enjoyed and learned a lot. Get in touch, ask all the AI related questions, QA, and evolution into new ways with the journeys. We'll be around. We'll try to do a few more streams here and interviews. We have, for sure, I know, Julio, I believe,
Hmm.
another
Hmm.
keynote speaker will be here. And let's see who else we can find around. So stay tuned. See you around because Star East 2023 has not finished yet. So we'll see you in a moment. Adios.
Thank you.
Take care.